What up, peeps? I thought I'd just make this video, man. I'm just kind of pondering on this legal matter, legal shit in general, things I've taught in the past, things that I actually talk about now, which is a huge difference. So a lot of stuff I talked about on my old channel, people still praise me for nowadays, even to this day. And and I appreciate that. The thing is, like, it's been almost 3 years now. We're in 2022. My thing got shut down right at the end of 2019. I think like January 2020, exactly, to be exact. So we're going into a year 3 that that channel is gone, and out of 3 years, I'm not going to just keep studying the same shit and talking about the same shit. Some people do that. Well, the ones that do that mainly do it because they make that's how they eat. It's a business to them. And I'm more so, it's like, I want to start creating more content, but at the same time, I'm constantly growing. So I'm not constantly talking about the same methods that I used before, or that I've taught before, that other people have used and came on my channel and I interviewed and they told me what they did. And so I co-signed it because now I have encountered someone that actually has done these things and that, in court and got some success. But I also learned that a lot of stuff that I was teaching back then is hit and miss. Some people won, some people still fighting. And that's something that a lot of even the content creators that's still teaching on the same thing for the last decade or so about child support and, family court and different types of things concerning, legal matters. And they're teaching the same thing constantly, not teaching anything else. They're not telling you that they got some hit and miss situations too. Because I'm talking to some of these people that they've just paid these people, paid them in full, and some of them still on child support. They still fighting the fight. But they're not telling their fans that, their followers that on their channel. They only blow up when they win, like when they help somebody actually get some remedy about the situation, and they use that person as a commercial to draw in more people to believe in them, to think that they never lose, as if they are the remedy. And this is what a lot of you people are now understanding, that these people got people that hit and miss. They just don't record them. They don't make videos with them. They don't talk about their flaws too. They only put out there when they actually get some remedy. So gotta also keep those things in mind. Damn, I missed my damn turn. So you got to keep that in mind when you listen to the different content out here. And back to the reason why I'm making this video. It's not to talk about other content creators, not really. The thing is, you got to constantly grow. You got to constantly be willing to study and, open up some books, learn some stuff, learn something new. You can't stay, regurgitating the same shit you're hearing other people saying on the internet. But I'm going to share a little bit of what I've learned in the last few years. Oh, shit, I should have gone this way. That I've learned in the last few years that stands out from what I've been talking about for the last few years, back when I had my channel. Trust law. Trust law is a bad motherfucker. Y'all got to get into that. And I've been hearing people talk about trust law for years, but I guess I wasn't at the place where I could actually understand it and comprehend where, I'm just riding. I'm lost in the motherfucker right now. But to comprehend, how sometimes you may hear some things, run across some information, and you really don't resonate with you right away. You don't pick up on it right away. You may not get it all together, so you kind of dismiss it because it sounds kind of complex. And it probably was kind of complex to me because most of the people I was hearing talking about it, they only kind of give you little If you don't get your big ass out the way, go ahead and turn. Goddamn. Just go ahead. In the middle of the damn road and you waiting on me to pass by in a big ass truck. Well, they give anybody a driver's license. But I run across the information and like, now I'm at a different place in life. Clearer understanding as to what I've been studying. And it all comes together sort of like a, how can I say, sort of like a puzzle. Some parts you get right away, and you have to get a clear understanding before the other parts, before you're actually able to take in the other parts, before you're able to receive or comprehend the new information that you just came across. And that's pretty much what I was doing. And I'm appreciative of that. I'm really appreciative of it. I'm glad I went through that in my life where I was able to actually, learn this stuff in sessions instead of just like grabbing stuff and kind of, listen to certain parts and then kind of dismissing and never going back to it. When you go back to it, you get a clear understanding, especially when you're at a place of peace. You have to, if you're all emotional, worn out, beat up, you're at your wit's end, it's kind of hard for you to receive some new information, especially when we don't have a clear head. Well, trust law. I'm learning trust law is where it's at, man. You create a living trust. And you operate as a trustee of that trust. That's how you're going to get the courts to move on your behalf. That's how you're going to get them to move, because they're operating in trust. They're operating in trust. They're the trustees of the straw man. The straw man is up under the state of whatever state you're in. That's a trust too. State of Georgia, that's a trust. State of Florida, that's a trust. Those are trusts. And those are trustees. The government officials are trustees. And they're supposed to operate on behalf of the beneficiaries. All trustees of all trusts are supposed to operate in the best interest of the trustee of the beneficiaries. Those in every straw man that's created up under Florida, state of Florida, state of Georgia, state of Washington, whatever. Those are all trusts. And it's all up under the, like the United States of America, that's a trust. And then you got United States, that's a trust. You got all those other states, all those those are trusts under those up under the United States trust. And all the straw men are up under those, each one of those trusts. Each straw man, depending on where you're born. They're all trusts. And they all have, it's like a hierarchy. But they're all trusts. And your job is to take your trust. When you reach the age of majority, you're supposed to take that trust and take control of it by creating your own trust, placing it inside of it, and you become the trustee of your own trust. That's real clever, man, how they do that shit. And keep in mind, a trust is a contract. And if you ever take time to look up the maxims of law, I ain't talking about just the 10 maxims of law, there are more than 10. You'll learn that contract is law. So if you're operating as a trustee for a trust, you're actually following the law. You're trying to go, and they're gonna help you fulfill the law. That's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to break the law when you're operating as a trustee, and you're fulfilling the purpose of that trust. The things that the trust said that you are empowered to do. That's what you're supposed to do. So I just thought I'd kind of make this video because it's kind of clever how they put that together like that. Oh, now I know where I am. I'm in a city I've only been here like 2 years, But I don't really scour this city like that. Ride around and just like, especially not at night. I do it in the daytime, a little bit, but I'm learning it. I actually like this city. It's pretty peaceful, but very diverse too. So I like diversity, peace. Not as much traffic. It's close by Atlanta, but not quite Atlanta. But I just thought I'd make this video, kind of throw that out there about trust. You create and see, when you become the trustee of a private trust, you know private trumps public. Private, it trumps public. Now, I'm not gonna go into details about putting together a trust, because some things don't need to be talked about on the internet. And the more I learn, the more I realize I can't do a lot of talking. For one, you don't want to empower. You don't want that kind of information to get in the wrong hands. You don't want to empower the enemies. The wrong people with evil intentions. Because people with evil intentions can do shit like that with this and really fuck somebody's life up. They can really, cause a whole different set of, a lot of other confusions. And I'm not with that. I'm not trying to contribute to that either. But that's pretty much as far as I can go as far as like talking about creating your own trust. You need to create your own trust. But you can exercise your rights when you're the trustee of your own trust. You create it yourself. Create your own trust. Put all your stuff inside that trust. Everything that's in the name of the straw man, that's owned by the straw man, you put it in a private trust, and you appoint yourself as the trustee. That's up to you. You make your beneficiaries, and it's up to you how you make it. Make the grantor. The grantor is the one that creates the trust. The one that's with the property, who the property originally belongs to. I'll throw that little nugget out there and let y'all put that together. Instead of me putting all that in there, I ain't gonna say much. But once you do that, you get a big turn in the court. Next in the process is doing the same thing. I already created mine and recorded it too. Of course, you don't create the trust itself because it's private. If you look in your state statutes, you'll see that it's required, when you create a living trust, whether revocable or irrevocable, whichever one you choose to make it. You got to make sure that you create a certificate of trust. All you gotta do is type in your state statutes and be like, revocable living trust, Georgia, revocable living trust, Washington. Well, whatever state you are, look in the state statutes. If you want to know about what you need to write inside they even got templates. They got templates you can actually use. But I wouldn't stick to a template, especially when your stuff got to fit your situation and what you have, what you own. Things that are owned in your straw man's name, you're gonna have to tweak it anyway, because you got to make it fit your situation. And you can word it how you want to. You're not confined to word it no certain type of way because it's private. You're putting your spirit into your own trust. But it does have, every state has their own requirements as to what your trust has to have in order for it to be recognized as a trust. So so you got to make sure that you read the state statutes, and they all say the same damn thing, damn near. And it says even about a certificate of trust, it tells you what needs to be on the certificate of trust. The certificate of trust, once you create it, that is to be recorded in the county records. That way, they have a public. They have its own public record that this trust actually exists. What's the point in creating a trust and leaving it on your kitchen table, saying I got a private trust, and then you want somebody to recognize it, but don't nobody know it exists? That's what the certificate of trust is for. So you can use that. You can use that in your, for your case. present that. You know, it's a public record now. And it has everything it's supposed to have written on there according to the state laws, then they'll recognize your trust. Then that's when the power of appointment actually kick in right there. Because now you can appoint an official to act on your behalf, to help you out with that, whatever it is you're trying to do, to carry out whatever it is you're trying to do when it comes to that trust. So that's something, I thought I'd put out there and kind of make this video about. And kind of probably make another video later. But I thought I'd kind of throw a little something out there. Put a little video out there. Trying to start to get into the habit of talking about a little bit more of this legal stuff without saying too much. That's why I'm kind of reluctant, because I don't want to say too much. Don't want to be out here running my mouth saying stuff I shouldn't be saying. Stuff I could say privately, but I wouldn't say in the public. So I think I'm trying to use a little bit of wisdom when it comes to these videos now, instead of just like making a video without using my brain. So anyway, but that's what I thought I'd do. I'd get on out of here and kind of get with y'all later on. Look into trust law. Trust law is where it's at. Emeralds signing out.